What is up, y'all? We are here. Outdoor season is finally here. Outdoor season started last week, but a lot of people, I would say a good amount of people started their season, or at least tried to open up their season last week. But a lot of people are opening their season this week, specifically tomorrow. As we all know, Grand Slam Track, the new premier track league started by Michael Johnson, it is fully underway. It starts tomorrow. We got a 3-day weekend of track. We got it Monday or tomorrow, Friday. That's day 1. Day 2 is Saturday. Day 3 is Sunday. So I'm going to be here every single day, breaking down each day, giving you my thoughts on what happened with the races, how I feel about the meet, how it's going. I'm excited. It's something new. It's something fresh. It's lucrative. The athletes are getting paid to run in this meet. I'm hoping it's going to be very successful. The track athletes that we have is supposed to be like the head up of the best in the world. There's a lot of people that are the best of the best in the world that are not here. There are some that are, but there's some that aren't here. But hopefully next season, if this is super successful, we'll see all of the big names. We'll talk about the names that I'm talking about that are not there. But hopefully we'll see those names next season. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm optimistic. I hope it goes really well. I'm excited for tomorrow. I know it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Peacock tomorrow. So stay tuned. Check it out. But yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm about to get behind this camera and do the rest of this. I'm going to kind of give you a preview of what we have to look forward to this weekend, how it's going to be, what the objective is, how it's going to be run, what's on the line, and who's going to be lined up. But if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm going to be here all season for Grand Slam. I'm thinking about doing Diamond League, even though I know it's on Flow Track, and I don't know if I want to pay for that. But we'll see. We'll see. But I will be here. Thumbs up the video. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are, and let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so as you see here, we are on the Grand Slam Track website. As you see, we got 4 slams. We starting off in Kingston, Jamaica. We have Miami up next. That's at the beginning of May. We got Philadelphia, and then we wrap up in LA, Los Angeles. First of all, I just want to give my rough thoughts. I love the way they're doing this. I like how you see, just from the website, the athletes that are going to be featured in the meets, who you're looking for. I like the way that they're kind of just setting this up to be kind of like a true professional thing for track and field. And as we know, within the sport, the term professional has been we're trying to figure out how to determine it in this sport as it is compared to other sports like basketball, football, soccer, baseball, all that type of stuff. It's easy to define who's a pro athlete and who's not. As we all know, some professionals and a lot of track meets are competing against college kids too, which you don't see college football players competing against pro football players, or college basketball players competing against professional basketball players. So this whole objective of this potential league, well, this not potential league, it is a league. This league is to kind of go ahead and just normalize what it is to be a pro athlete. And I think this is going to be, if it's done right, I really think that this could be something really special. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on into how it works. All right, so as we see here, we have the competitors. So what's going on with this? Okay, boom. All right, so we got 48 racers. As you see here, we got 48 challengers. The 48 racers are contractually obligated to compete in all 4 of the slams. And then we have 48 challengers, which, from what I understand, is going to be interchangeable. Some are probably going to be at a couple of these different slams. Some are going to be interchangeable. We're going to have different ones. If I can get this damn thing to work. Hold on one second. So we got the competition. We got, like I said, 4 racers, 4 challengers. And they're going to be split up into each group, as we have the short sprints, the short hurdles, the short distance, the long sprints, the long hurdles, and the long distance. As we know, with the short sprints, that's the 100 and the 200. The long sprints is the 200 and the 400. The short hurdles is the 100 hurdles for the women, the 110s for the men, and they're going to be running the 100 flat as well. So then the 400 hurdlers, they're going to run the 400 hurdles as well as the open 400, the flat 400. And then we got the distance over here. I'm going to be covering the sprints and the hurdles. Distance is not my strong point, so I don't really have too much to think of when it comes to that, but I do enjoy watching it. But my primary focus on coverage will be the short sprints and the hurdles and the long sprints. But we're going to keep it moving to the scoring. Each competitor earns points based on their finishing position in both races. So from 1st to 8th place, the points per race are distributed, as you see here, 12, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you want to get as many points per slam. So as you see there, they're breaking it down on this end. And the competitor with the highest total points after their second race will be the winner of their race group. So you get 18 points, as you see there, if you get first. There's the breakdown. You got 18 points. Second place is 17 points. Third place is 14. Fourth is 12. Fifth is 9. Sixth is 7. Seventh is 5. And eighth is 4 points. So we're going to break it down here. Now there will be one slam champion per race group. So as you see here, short sprints, 18 points, long sprints, 17 points, short hurdles, 18 points, long hurdles, 17 points, short distance, 18 points, long distance, 20 points. So there's the points breakdown. Each season, based on their cumulative points across all slams, 2 competitors, one from the men's race groups and one from the women's race groups, will be crowned Racer of the Year. So that's going to be interesting. It gives a little bit more of a true head-to-head competition battle type atmosphere. It's going to really, and with the money involved as well, is going to make this even more exciting. It's early in the season. I personally don't see too many fast times that we're going to expect. Who knows? It could. Me personally, at least I don't expect it from the first 2 slams. Maybe around the 3rd slam, we might be seeing some super fast times. But we'll see. But season tiebreaker dominant score. Let's get into that. In the case of a tie in points between competitors across race groups at the end of the season, how is the tie going to be broken? So as you see there, if we have a tie between X and X, this is how we're going to break it. The tie is broken with the dominant score, a measure of how much you beat your field by. So here, how is it calculated? For every race, we will calculate the median time. So as you see there, there's the breakdown of just an example of what to expect. So there you go. That's the breakdown here. It's going to be interesting if there ends up being a tie. I really want to see how that's going to go. But our men and women's Racers of the Year award will go to the competitors with the highest points at the end of the season. And in the case of a tie, dominant score will be used as the tiebreaker. So you got that as an example. The prize, that's what everybody's here for. They want the money. What is the money? What kind of money are we talking? Every place matters because everybody going to get something. And it's nice. It's a nice amount of money to take home from one meet. Because the money that you're going to take home from one meet, a lot of these athletes don't even get to make this in the Diamond League. So, Grand Slam sets a new standard in competitive track racing with its unparalleled prize pool. Pretty much ensuring every race counts. That is true. Because when you think about it, too, because Diamond League has stepped up their pricing as well for this season. Could be higher if you ask me. Like, they could still do a lot more. But here is the breakdown. Look at this money, y'all. So, the total prize pool is $12.6 million across the season. So, U.S. dollars is the breakdown for us. 8th place, you get $10,000. That is not a bad payday for one meet. $10,000 is not bad, especially considering the fact if you are a racer as well and you have your contract, you get a sign-on. So you making a certain amount of money just for even running, and then you get the added bonus. So 8th place is $10,000, not too bad. 7th place is $12,500. 6th place is $15,000. 5th place is $20,000. 4th place is $25,000. 3rd place is $30,000. 2nd place is $50,000. 1st place you're taking home $100,000. That is not bad, and that's per slam. Not bad. So the racers receive an annual base compensation to race at all. Like I just said, so the racers receive an annual base compensation to race in all 4 slams, while the challengers earn per slam fees. So like I said, being a racer under contract, you're already getting paid just to be in the league. Now, if you end up placing in the top 3, you could be taking home $30,000 to $100,000 in addition to your annual base pay already. So it's good for these athletes. That's why I'm excited for it, and I hope it really takes off. Frequently asked questions. What is the Grand Slam focus on? Okay, I don't really care about that. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and get into Kingston. The lineup, who's running. There's Akira Nugent. We got plenty of people. We're in Jamaica, so obviously in this particular slam, we're really going to be looking at the Jamaicans. The Jamaicans are really going to be trying to really do their best. They're at home, in their home country. They're going to have so much support. The Jamaicans always show up and show out because track and field is Jamaica's sport. Like, you know Jamaica, when you think of track and field, you think of Jamaica. You think of Usain Bolt. You think of Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. You think of Veronica Campbell-Brown, Asafa Powell. Who else? Elaine Thompson-Haraj, Sharika Jackson. The names just, they flow. They flow. Like, if you know track and field, you know the Jamaicans. So, having this here in Jamaica to open up the season, the first meet of the league, perfect. It makes so much sense. So, as we see there at the National Stadium, which that track is notoriously known to be fast. So, that's why they're thinking we're going to have a lot of fast times. Hopefully we do. Like I said, I don't know. It's early in the season, but we'll see. But for day one, let's view these competitors for the long sprints in the 200. So as we have here, let me see if it shows. I don't think it's going to show them all in full. The races we got is Alexis Holmes. Alexis Holmes is a 400 runner. Why do they have her at 0 years old? But Alexis Holmes, she is a 400 runner. She's gonna be running in the 4 and the 2. So I'm excited to see Alexis. Alexis, she's one of those athletes that you can just depend on, completely depend on. She's always gonna do what she needs to do, even though in that one, I forget which year it was at World Championships when they got DQ. That was the only time where Alexis really didn't have a shining performance. She's been in finals. She was in the final for the Olympics. She just got her second global medal on the indoor stage. She just barely lost that gold indoors this past season, last month. Alexis is a beast. I'm excited to see her. I'm not going to click on these because it's going to take me so long to get back to them. But we got her. We got Saweed Nasser. We got who just opened her season. If I'm not mistaken, I think she ran 48 in fucking March. In March. She's not nobody to play with either. She's always making finals. Paulino, who is the reigning champion of the 400 world and Olympic champion, she's the favorite in my opinion. You'd be disrespectful to call anybody else but her the favorite. You got Saweed Nasser, who also could be considered one. Nikisha Price, her first full professional season is this year. She is one of the best athletes in the world in the 400. I'm really excited to see her in the 200. Gabby Thomas, 200 meter gold medalist. This is her event. This is her bread and butter. This is her baby. So I'm excited to see her. Dina Asher-Smith, previous world champion, 200. This is probably her premier event as well. She's good in the 100. We got Talitha Diggs, 400 meter specialist, as well as Stacey Ann Williams, who has been running really well indoors as well. So this is one of the groups that I think is pretty well matched. Not a single person here is a slouch. I'm really excited to see how they fare in all of these slams. Well, actually not all of them, because not all of them will be there. But the racers, as we see, they will all be there. But I'm excited to see this. This is going to be a good race. The 200, we'll see. 200, obviously, Gabby is the favorite. In terms of the 400, I feel Marilady Paulino, she will be the favorite. If not her, Saweed Nasser. But you can't count out Nikisha Price. You can't count out Alexis. You can't count out Dina. You can't count out anybody on this list. But I'm excited. They're going to open up the meet, as you see there. Long sprints. The long sprints for the men, we got Matthew Hudson-Smith, Jereem Richards, Samukonga, Vernon Norwood. I'm not even going to butcher his name. DeAndre Watkins, Christopher Bailey, who just got gold indoors in the 400, and Jamaica's own Barnes. So with this one in the 400, Matthew Hudson-Smith, in my opinion, is the favorite. Samukonga also as well. You got Jereem Richards over here, who is not a slouch. You can't sleep on him. And you got Vernon over here, and then Christopher Bailey, who is just coming hot off world indoors, and he's in good shape, obviously. So I feel like the race is going to come between here, if I can get my damn cursor there, Samukonga, Jereem Richards, Christopher Bailey, and Vernon Norwood. We'll see. We'll see. I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but I'm excited to see this. They're going to be running in the 2 as well, obviously. We're going to skip over the long distance because I'm not going to be covering that. The 400 hurdles for the men, Caleb Dean is my favorite. Dos Santos is the favorite. We'll see. CJ Allen is also a challenger. Chris Robinson. We got the 2 Jamaicans as well. They got home crowd advantage. Actually, 3 Jamaicans. I missed that. 3 Jamaicans. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. This one, I feel like Dos Santos is really, in my opinion, the clear favorite. But we'll see if he's healthy. We'll see if he's in good shape. But we'll see. We will see. But let's keep it moving to the long hurdles for the women. This one, I feel like, is, as we all know, Sydney is the clear favorite. I don't see anybody beating her unless something horrible happens. But Sydney is the clear favorite. I don't see anybody really challenging her for first. Rochelle Clayton is probably going to be a clear second for me if I'm predicting. Anjanette Knight, you cannot disrespect the queen. The woman who has literally started what the 400 hurdles has been since 2019. When she broke those 2 world records, Sydney was chasing after her. She's what made Sydney better. Like, she's what made Sydney into the beast that she is today. Because Delilah broke those 2 world records on Sydney. Sydney was chasing her down on that second one at World Championships in 2019, which completely made Sydney blow up her training. She left Joanna Hayes and went to Bobby Kersey. And that's when Sydney went on her tear, where she broke her first world record and continued to do it, went on to win the Olympics, and the rest is history, as we all know. But that's what I'm seeing here. Anjanette Knight, like I said, Salmon, you can't count her out. Cassandra Tate. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see this race. They're going to be running the flat as well. And then the men's 100. This one is not too bad of a lineup. Kenny Bednarek, who did not get, I know he wanted that 100 medal so bad, but he got silver in the 200 again at the Olympics. This is his, well, actually, no, it's not. We're talking about the 100. He's a good 100 runner, though. That, too. He made the team twice. Did he make the team in 2021? I can't remember. I feel like he didn't. But he made it to the Olympics. So, Kenny is got a chip on his shoulder. He always wants to win in the 100, too. So, chip on his shoulder. He's probably coming in looking good. He's going to be opening his season here, so we'll see. Zharnel Hughes, can't count him out as long as he don't false start. We good. Fred Kerley opened his season. He looked pretty good. Fred is a gamer. Fred is always going to lock in when it matters. And I don't see him wanting to lose in Jamaica. I don't see him wanting to lose, period. But you got Oblique Seville over there and Ackeem Blake. But Oblique Seville, he's at home. He's on that track where he looked down at Noah Lyles chasing him and took that win from him last year. So he's at home crowd advantage. Fahnbulleh, Courtney, Lindsey. You cannot count out Courtney, Lindsey. Courtney, Lindsey is on the rise. And Ackeem Blake, like I said, this one's going to be a good one. And that's why they got them closing out night 1. So we're going to move to day 2. Day 2, we got the 110s. This is one of my favorite events. You got Freddie Crittenden, who made the last 3 teams. Am I correct? No, the last 2 teams. He made the last 2 teams. And he's an Olympian now. He's sponsored. That helps him out. He won't have to really stress too much. He can just go out there and have fun and do what he needs to do. D-Rob, that's my boy. Daniel Roberts, silver medalist at the Olympic Games, bronze medalist at the world stage 2 years ago now. He's my favorite to win this as long as he don't really clip too many hurdles. But as we saw, he can clip a hurdle and still find a way to get it done. Sasha Zoya, he is on the rise. Young, he won the Diamond League. Did he win the Diamond League final, if I'm correct? Because I don't think Grant ran last year. Did he run? I don't think he did. I think Sasha won. Correct me if I'm wrong. Orlando Bennett, also on the rise. He was one of them ones in that final at the Olympic Games. So him, Cordell Tinch, Dylan Beard, Omar McLeod, legend in Jamaica when it comes to the hurdles as well. Eric Edwards. This one, the lineup could be a lot better. This is what I was kind of teasing at the beginning. We are missing Grant Holloway. Hansel Parchment, I think, was scheduled to run, if I'm remembering correctly. But he's missing. Who else are we missing? We're missing Rasheed Bribell. Wasn't whoa, I'm just realizing this. Where's Devin Allen? I could have sworn Devin Allen was supposed to be running. He's not here either. So wow. This is interesting. But to me, I feel like the race is between Daniel, Orlando, Freddie, and Sasha. That's what the race is to me. But we'll see. We'll see. The long sprints for the men, we got Matthew Hudson-Smith, like I just said, the same lineup that we just talked about in the 4. I'm interested in seeing this. Out of everybody, I feel like, because Matthew gets out. He gets out. Vernon does too. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know who. I don't have too much. I'm probably be able to predict a little bit more going forward in these slams, but I'm excited to see how these boys are going to run. Because I want to see, because the 400 runners, they typically go out strong the first 2 and try and like coast home around that curve and then really get that energy to kick it back home. But I'm interested in seeing how they're going to take this race. I want to see what the approach is going to be. I'm excited. That's the part that's exciting about this. Just seeing how they're going to change and adjust their strategy in the event that that's not their specialty. The women's hurdles. This one is always a bloodbath. We can always have an Olympic final. This one, for the most part, could be an Olympic final. Jasmine Camacho Quinn, Miss Consistent. If you want to call, that's the thing that we've all been thinking about, like which hurdler is the most consistent of this generation, because anybody can win. It just depends on who puts their best foot forward on that day. Jasmine proved last season that she is the most consistent hurdler. She won the most Diamond Leagues, and she finds a way to win. She finds a way to get a medal. She's the only hurdler in the last 4 years that has gotten a global medal at every single global championship. So, and she's a previous Olympic champion. She's now the reigning bronze medalist at the Olympics. Akira Nugent, somebody who is just, she is on the brink. Like Akira Nugent, I see her, she could be a threat in my opinion. If everything goes right, the way she was running the back half of last season, man, if only she had that in that damn final at the Olympic Games, she might have been the Olympic champion. But her and Masai Russell, they've gone head to head since college. Masai Russell is in the form of her life. Ever since she won that Olympics, she had a couple races after the Olympic Games where it's like, okay, what's happening? But she finished her season really, really strong. But the way she just went on a tear indoors, like a tear, barely hitting hurdles. There was a couple races where she was 3, probably coming into 4 or maybe even 5, hurdle number 5. She was losing the race, and she still finds a way to get to that line first. Her foot speed is crazy. So you got her, and then you got Serena Samba-Mayela. She almost won. She almost beat Masai in the games, like barely lost. Barely lost. She hasn't even opened her season yet. She was supposed to run at Texas Relays last week, but she was on the start list, but she just did not run. So I'm excited to see where she's at training-wise. Hopefully everything's good with her and she's healthy. Danielle Williams, one of the GOATs over there in Jamaica when it comes to hurdling. She's a 2-time world champion. Probably one of the best technical hurdlers that I've ever seen. Her snap, when she gets off that hurdle and gets back down, her rhythm, I love me some Danielle Williams. Denisha Cartwright, she's got a chip on her shoulder because she, in my opinion, could have made that final indoors. She ended up clipping that. She got the fuck, when I tell you she got out in that semifinal round that she ran indoors this last month. She got out so hard, she ended up hitting that hurdle. She got so close up on that hurdle, she probably threw herself off with how fast she got out, which ruined her chance of actually qualifying on. If I remember correctly, she was 3rd, but her time didn't hold up. But I feel like I'm excited to see how she is outdoors, because I feel like indoors, she's an indoor specialist. So I want to see how she is outdoors, and I know she got a chip on her shoulder considering the fact that she could have possibly medaled indoors. But I'm excited to see her. Nia Ali, you can never count her out. She always finds a way to make a team, even though she missed it last season at the Olympic Games. But she's a previous world champion, a previous Olympic medalist. Like, do not count her out. And Amber Hughes, she just had her first global berth. She was at the World Indoors. I think she made it to the semifinals. But yeah, with this one though, a lot of these women here are really, really strong. I would have had Toby Amasan in here. I feel like the top row is the row. Based off of last season, the top row makes sense. Like, those 5 make sense. Me personally, I would have had a Toby Amasan in here. Lele, Alicia Johnson would have been in here. Tonia Marshall would have been in here. Who else could have been in here? Nadine Visser I would have put in here. Grace Stark was supposed to run. I would have had her in here too. But that's the thing with the hurdles. There's a lot of choices. So we'll see if they end up showing up at the later slams. But I'm excited to see here anybody's race. But I'm going to put my money on... I'm going to put my money between Jasmine, Akira, and Masai. We'll see what happens. The women's 100. We got Melissa Jefferson, Daryll Neita, Alana Reid, who is on the Miramar track start list for tomorrow, which we know that's... I don't know. I don't even know if she's in Jamaica right now. We'll see. We'll see. Jacious Sears, one of my favorites, up and coming. She had a brilliant indoor season, even though she missed out on the U.S. Championship. But she had a brilliant indoor season. She, in my opinion, is going to challenge Sha'Carri, in my opinion, come USA's. We'll see if she really, really does. But I see her making that world team. Kemba Nelson, Tamara Clark, Jodine Williams, and Jenna Prandini. We're missing big stars. We're missing them. It's clear here. When you think of women's 100 meters, Melissa Jefferson has put herself, and congratulations to her. She just recently got married, as you see, Jefferson-Wooden. Daryll Neita, she was in the finals as well. But the names that are missing is Sha'Carri Richardson, Sharika Jackson, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Elaine Thompson-Herah, Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion. Who else? Mary Jose Talu, Dina Asher Smith. We're missing, well, even though Dina's running the 2, but we're missing a lot of big names, which I feel like that's the part that's taking a little bit out of it. But I feel like Melissa and Daryll Neita are the cream of the crop here. Jacious Sears, it's going to be between those 3. It's going to be between those 3 for me. The men's 200, as we said, this one right here, Kenny is the clear favorite. Courtney is a favorite for me. Fred, Zharnel, and even Joseph Fahnbulleh. So we'll see what happens there. Women's 400, like I just said, we already talked about it in the 2. Like I said, my favorite is Paulina. Let's go to day 3 of Kingston. As you see, the women's hurdlers are going to be running in the 100. Who I think is going to win this is going to be between Akira and Masai. Both of those girls can run an open 1. I haven't seen Jasmine run an open 1 in a while. But Akira is the fastest on paper. So we'll see. It's crazy that the 2 NCAA girls, the most recent ones, are my favorites to win that. The long hurdles for the men, like I said, Alison Dos Santos, that's the favorite. For the men hurdlers running the 1, this one's gonna be the one I'm excited to see. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't. Probably Omar McLeod might end up doing it, but I'm excited to see D-Rob run that. Yeah, I don't really have too much yet in regards to that, but we'll see. And then we got the 200. Like I said, oh no, I didn't. Daryll Neita is my favorite with this one. Daryll with Jenna and Jacious. I can't remember the last time I seen Melissa run a 2, but we'll see. I'm excited. And then the long hurdles for the women. Oh, that's actually them running the flat. The open flat, Sydney, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. And Dalilah Muhammad, they just did a press conference for Grand Slam, and she just announced that this will be her final season and she's going to retire. A legend. But if y'all got this far, thank y'all so much for listening and checking out the video. Make sure to thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you're new. Share the video. Drop your comments down below. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm super excited. I hope y'all are as well. And we'll be breaking down day 1 of Grand Slam in Kingston. I'll see y'all next week, but tomorrow. Peace.